So today we're going to talk about stacking on a budget, and we're going to look at some options. So I have a couple of new coins today. First one is a 2002 half sovereign. So this is the half, and this is the shield design, or sometimes called a shield back. And yeah, we obviously have Queenie on the other side. So you also see this 2002 in the card here. That is also new. So I managed to pick up both of those. And like I say, today's video, we're going to talk about stacking on a budget and what to do there. So first of all, I sometimes see people who say they can't afford gold and therefore they buy silver. Whereas I look at it the other way, to be honest. I buy more gold because I can't really afford to buy silver. Now, just let me explain that in case you're wondering. So if you were to buy this silver coin at a dealer, you're going to be paying the dealer's premium on top of the actual silver price. So there's an ounce of silver here. So you pay for the ounce of silver, you pay for the dealer's overheads effectively, and you also have to pay VAT in the UK, which is like a sales tax, 20%. So I might end up paying something like 50% over the spot price to get this silver coin. Now, obviously, you'll get a little bit of discount if you buy multiples, if you buy 2 or if you buy tubes, if you're buying 100, for example. And yes, you might be able to find them on the second-hand market, lose a little bit of the premium there. But it's still going to cost you quite a lot per ounce compared to the spot price. So if the spot price at the moment is about £18, which is maybe $24, something like that, the actual cost is going to be, closer to like 27, even nearly £30, which is just too expensive for me to pay, over. So as someone who likes to invest in like a value, I want to get good value when I invest. I want to buy stuff that is either underpriced or well priced at least, and ideally, I want to pay less than something is worth and be able to add value to it, and therefore be in a position of equity rather than negative equity. So just for example, let's say you buy a house for 100,000 of whatever currency, and then the market crashes, it's now worth 80. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but let's say that is the case. You are then stuck. You can't really sell it because you'll be at a loss. If you do have to sell it, then you just have to take that hit. Whereas with gold, I can buy at much lower premiums, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% sometimes. And in that case, if the gold price does drop, sure, I am a little bit down, but I'm not 50% in the hole from day one, if that makes sense. So as we're talking about sort of stacking on a budget today, the half sovereign is not a bad option if something like the full sovereign is a bit of a push. Now, the 1 ounce coins, they work out cheaper per ounce usually, so you'll pay a lower premium for those, but you obviously have to outlay more money in the first place. So this Krugerrand, when I bought it, was around about the spot price plus delivery. I can't remember if this particular one was maybe, spot plus 1 or something, but it was around about spot, it wasn't much more than spot. Compared to, if you're buying fractional coins, you're going to be paying more than that. You're rarely going to get fractional gold coins, smaller gold coins at that kind of premium. But this is like one of my most recent pickups that is one of the cheapest. So out of my most recent pickups, that's one of the cheapest ones. And, if you're buying some like really high quality sovereigns, then you might expect to pay a bit more premium. And some of the premiums can even go into like silver premium territory, expensive stuff. But I think the half sovereign is a great option if the full sovereign's a bit of a stretch. The quarter ounces, whilst they are nice, you can get the various designs, they do have generally more of a premium. So with the half sovereign, you can pick up all the designs of the full sovereign at, not quite half the price, but at quite a low price compared. So there is obviously economies of scale. If you're buying bigger pieces, again, it is a bit cheaper per the ounce. But, you can buy perhaps multiples, and sometimes you get like a little lot of half sovereigns. you might have seen a few videos on my channel where I've bought sort of 10 or 12, little bundles of half sovereigns, and they've worked out pretty good premium. So it just depends what you come across. And as I mentioned, you can get most of the same designs in the half sovereign as you can in the full. Some of the mintages are a bit lower, and not all of the monarchs are available. So you'll find Georges, you'll find Edwards like this one in the half sovereign size, you'll find Victorias, you'll find the Machin portrait, but some coins, like the Gillick sovereign for example, I'll get you one in a moment, this is not a Gillick sovereign. Some of those coins, in the smaller sizes, you just won't find them. So here's my other 2002, got one there obviously. This is the one in my stack already. I've got the new Charles sovereign. So this is the 2022 Memorial. It isn't yet the 2023 sovereign, but I will have one of those soon, I'm sure. If not already, by the time you watch the video. And yeah, we've got George and Victoria. What's in this little pile here? Here we go, there's a Gillick sovereign. So yeah, you won't find this in the half sovereign, but you will find, most of the other portraits. And to be honest, sometimes the half sovereigns have a lower mintage. Now, the case sort of moving forward for half sovereigns, or even just smaller fractional gold in general, is that as the gold price rises, it might become less affordable for your average person who is buying gold. Whilst I can see, that is perhaps, there is some, I'm not saying it's a lie, but whilst there is sort of some truth in that, the thing is people are doing better and better. A lot of people here who are buying gold are earning more than ever. They're having like record years, for example, businesses doing really well. And in that case, they're going to still be able to afford these bigger pieces of gold, even if the price, does go up. And also, you remember, there are people who are buying like kilo bars, and they're buying multiples of, I'll show you the other side as well. They're buying multiples of 1 ounces at a time and things like that. And so, in that case, these people could always downsize to 1 ounce coins or, a few sovereigns at a time. So, I do think there will always be, a decent market for the bigger bits of gold. I say bigger, like 1 ounce, I don't think there'll be a time where no one will buy those, but you never know. So in terms of the half sovereign, like the advantage of that is, everyone can afford the sort of £180, £190 it is at the moment. And yeah, whilst there are people who are just buying sovereigns at the moment, I say just, I don't know how I how I'm saying that, just, I'm not taking it lightly. You've got to appreciate that gold, being able to buy gold in the first place is a nice position to be in. But people who are just buying, single sovereigns at the moment, they'll be able to downsize to half sovereigns if needed. And, if the price was to go up a lot more than perhaps incomes and things like that. So, lots to consider. I've not really got any 10th ounce in the stack at all, because the premiums on those, whilst they are a similar price to half sovereigns, the 10th ounce coins, you just rarely get anywhere near the same premium. So it's more expensive to buy the 10th than it is to buy the half per the weight of gold that you get. So if you have an amount of money, you'll get more for your money, more gold for your money, buying the half sovereigns normally. Okay, you might come across a deal here and there, or you might find a second-hand market deal, something like that, where that might not be the case. But generally speaking, you will get more gold for your money buying the sovereigns or the half sovereigns. So if you're in a different country, maybe something like the francs, like the roosters or 20 francs, that kind of Latin monetary union coins, they might do better. But yeah, quarter ounces, have a look at the premiums that you're paying. If you're in America, perhaps the Eagles are a great option for liquidity, but are you going to get the whole premium back easily? Or, are you going to be paying quite a high premium to get hold of them? So lots to consider. Some people like the more modern Britannias. They come in the smaller sizes, and they do have, the security features which people like. Obviously, you can test coins and, verify them without these security features, and perhaps people will even be able to fake the security features, so maybe that'd be less relevant. But you know, you've got people who are more confident just buying on second-hand market in that case. And so those people may, you know, if they're your target market, they may find it easier to part with their money and maybe trust you better. So it might make an easier sale on the other end. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you soon.